Alright, let's talk about Judd Winick. So Judd Winick, he does comic books. He writes comic books. And before he actually did comic books, his first gain of success was actually on MTV with his reality show The Real World. It took place around season 3, which was the San Francisco season. And the season had about 20 episodes, and it ended after the passing of one of the cast members, Pedro Zamora, who passed away because of AIDS. And Judd Winick later made an autobiographic novel about his friendship with Pedro. But in 2005, he actually made a series for Cartoon Network, which was pretty decent.
There are child labor laws against junk like this. Hey!
Alright, so before I actually get into my real thoughts about it, let's just first say something about this whole thing. So, around the early 2000s, there was this thing where a kid possessing a magical sort of type of thing fighting against the supernatural. We've seen it a lot. Disney had it with Kim Possible and American Dragon Jake Long. Nickelodeon had it with Danny Phantom, and Cartoon Network had it with this and Ben 10. But yeah, so let's talk about Juniper Lee. So if you guys don't know, Juniper Lee lives in a town called Orchid Bay, which I guess is supposed to be modeled after San Francisco. So she is the new Tetsuan Z. So I guess every 100 or so years, the Tetsuan Z has to go against monsters, and only the Tetsuan can actually see the monsters, not everyone else in Orchid Bay. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that type of story. But let's go into my thoughts about it. I think Juniper Lee was honestly a show that got really hyped, but just went away so quickly. Yeah, the show went so quickly, like in terms of ratings, because this show was honestly pretty good. I really did like this show. It kind of uses that formula of the kid fighting the monsters, but in a good way. Nothing like Monsters Inc., where, yeah, something like that. But it was still awesome. I really did like how the monsters were creative, especially like some of the villains of the show. And I really did like Laura Jill Miller as Juniper Lee. I know, like voice acting, I have to say that's one of the best parts about it. And some of the things I don't like about the show is just that there are a lot of characters who scream or just too hyperactive. Characters like Ray Ray, who I guess is supposed to be the comic relief of the show, but he's not that funny. Same goes to Roger, who's trying to be funny and hip, but in general it's not working well. So yeah, Juniper Lee is a good cartoon. It works in a lot of ways, but when it works in comedy, that can go a little hit or miss. But guys, let's go on to the fun fact.
There are child labor laws against junk like this. Hey!
So, Amy Hill voices Jasmine Lee, the grandma in the show. The grandma of Juniper and Ray Ray. And the crazy thing is that she's the only character whose character is Chinese, and she's Chinese as well. It's crazy because Laura Jill Miller is not Chinese. Same goes the cat Susie. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I just find it to be a little strange that we only get to see one person who's voicing a Chinese character who's also Chinese. Yeah, it's kind of a weird fun fact. But yeah, that's all I can find about Juniper Lee for a fun fact, people. Alright? Do not judge me. So guys, let's go on to the animation.
There are child labor laws against junk like this. Hey! You wanna go?
I'll say that the animation is honestly pretty passable. I mean, it's not like one of the best action shows on Cartoon Network that has the best animation, no, but it's just passable. Now, some good things I can find for the animation is that the designs of the monsters are really creative. I really do like the design of the monsters. Some of the humans look pretty passable. They kind of like resemble the character designs from Kids Next Door, with the characters having skinny-ass bodies, but somehow big feet. I just find it to be fascinating about the character designs. And that's all I can just say about the animation. And maybe the backgrounds just don't look that too appealing to me. Yeah, the animation is just really weird, but passable at the same time. So, in a way, Juniper Lee, you have some A-OK animation.
child labor laws against junk like this. Hey!
Before I get into the actual legacy, there's one major flaw I forgot to say in my thoughts for Juniper Lee. It didn't have a proper conclusion. Kim Possible had a proper conclusion. American Dragon had a proper conclusion. Danny Phantom sort of had a proper conclusion. And Ben 10, the original, had a proper conclusion. Juniper Lee didn't. But anyways, now we really go on to the legacy. So, honestly, I can say that Judd Winick later went to work on the New 52. DC had this thing called the New 52 where they introduced new comics featuring these classic superheroes like Superman, Batman, Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, and many of them. And guess what? Superman is not wearing his underwear on the outside. Now that is something to be happy for. So guys, next time on the Honorable Mentions, we'll be taking a look at the 12th anniversary of a cartoon that has SpongeBob-esque qualities, Camp Lazlo. So guys, I hope you liked this episode. Share and subscribe if you're new. And guys, this is the Almighty DF signing out.
Come a little closer, we got something new. Cartoon Network is the thing that's gonna keep you cool. Happy, many, mapping numbers, 1, 2,